We are following some breaking news this afternoon on that passenger plane that crashed in Central Asia on Christmas Day, killing dozens of people. Two U.S. military officials tell NBC News the U.S.'s intelligence indicating that Russia believed the Azerbaijan Airlines plane was a drone and shot it down using an air defense system. Joining me now, NBC News international correspondent Danielle Hamamdjian in London. Danielle, what more do we know?
Well, those two officials who spoke to NBC go on to say that the Russians believed it was a drone and engaged their air defenses in part because of the aircraft's irregular flight pattern and altitude. According to those officials, they are stressing that this is still an investigation that's underway. One of the Russian officials say that Russian officials may have suffered from confirmation bias after a Ukrainian drone was shot down 70 miles away from that location. An Azerbaijani aircraft also appears to have sustained shrapnel damage consistent with a missile exploding in the vicinity of the aircraft, according to those two officials speaking to NBC. Of course, we've been hearing from aviation experts for the past 48 hours now, having examined the footage of the wreckage, having examined the footage taken by passengers on board that flight. It became clear very quickly that this wasn't a case of bad weather or a bird strike, as had been suggested by Russian state media. On that note, I will point out, Morgan, that we did hear today from Dmitry Yadrov, who is the head of Russia's Federal Agency for Air Transport, and he says that there was dense fog near Grozny. Grozny was what was meant to be the final destination of Azerbaijani Airlines 8243. He said nothing could be seen at an altitude of 500 meters and that the captain tried twice to land and decided to go to Kazakhstan instead. Morgan.
And Danielle, quickly, any more details have emerged about the survivors from the moments before the crash?
Yeah, in fact, and I want to draw your attention to an interview a local Azerbaijani media, APA, did with some of the survivors, the crew, in fact. One flight attendant saying that something struck the plane, and he describes the pain in his arm like someone hit me with an axe, he said. They heard multiple explosions, at least two. They said that they wrapped his arm with a kitchen towel, but the flight then went on up until the pilot said that they were going to land on water. Moments later, he said they were going to land on the ground, and then leading to the images that we've seen in Kazakhstan.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.